Dear students, I am Dr. Hilal Ahmed. Today I am going to record the video for the experiment number 12 in your experiment list, and the experiment number 12 in your experiment list is to draw the graph between the thermo EMF generated and the temperature difference between the hot and cold junctions of a copper constant thermocouple. Okay, so you can see this object by downloading the experiment manual from the web page of the Department of Applied Physics. You all can see that this is the experiment number 12 in your experiment list. But when you will write the experiment in your experiment file, in your practical file, then you will mark the experiment number according to yourself, because some of the experiment have been skipped. Since some of the experiments are related to optics, and optics experiment cannot be demonstrated online, so we have skipped some of the experiment. So after skipping, the serial number will change according to you. So make your experiment number according to yourself in your practical file. This is experiment number 12 in the experiment list, whose object is to draw the graph between the thermo EMF generated and the temperature difference between the hot and cold junctions of a copper constant thermocouple. So for this experiment, to demonstrate this experiment, we need some of the apparatus which are mentioned over here. That is a copper constant thermocouple, and second one is student potentiometer with range multiplier of 0.01, battery eliminator, a super sensitive galvanometer, a rheostat, a standard cadmium cell, PID controlled oven, a thermometer, and connection wires. Okay, so we don't need the thermometer over here, okay, because we have already the PID controlled oven over here. And we have actually before some days thermometer was required to have the value of room temperature. So we have electronic clock in our laboratory, and according to that clock we can read the room temperature. So I'm showing you one by one where is the copper constant thermocouple and where the other instruments are located. Okay, this is the copper constant थर्मोकपल. पूरा देखो, बीकर भी, हाँ पूरा बीकर भी आना चाहिए. दोनों हैं, दोनों ये यार है दोनों. So this is the copper constant thermocouple, and what actually we are going to do, we have two metal wires of different conductivities, and we have made a thermocouple by connecting those two metal wires at the two ends. One of the end of the thermocouple is put over here in this oven, and another end of the thermocouple is put over here in this beaker in between the cotton, and this end of the thermocouple which is put in this beaker is kept at the room temperature, and the other end of the thermocouple which is put over here in this oven is kept at the hot temperature. So whenever you will vary the temperature between the two ends of a thermocouple, an EMF would be generated, and that EMF is actually known as the thermo EMF. Why this thermo EMF generated? I am telling you that when you will keep one of the end of the thermocouple as hot and another end of the thermocouple as cold, then the temperature difference will be created between the two ends. What will actually happen? The electrons from the hot end start drifting towards the cold end, and in this way the hot end will become positively charged, and where the electrons go, I mean to say the electrons will go at the cold end. The cold end becomes negatively charged, and in this way the hot end becomes positively charged, or cold end becomes negatively charged, and in this way an electric field will be generated between the two ends. I mean to say that an electric field will be generated between the hot end and the cold end, and in this way because of this electric field generated, a potential difference will be generated. A potential will be created between these two hot and cold ends, and in this way we can say this potential as the electromotive force, or you can say EMF. And because this potential is actually generated because of the temperature difference between the two ends, so it is known as the thermo EMF. Okay, so it is known as the thermo. Now what I have to do and what we have to do in this experiment, so there are two tables in this experiment. First table is that, okay, this is the first table. This is the first table. For this table, we have to work, and then after completing the work for this table, we have to do the work for this second table. That is the table number B. Okay. In table A, what we will do, we will standardize the potentiometer wire. Actually, how we will standardize the potentiometer wire at room temperature, that I will tell you. And when the potentiometer wire will be standardized at room temperature, after that we will go to the table second and we will work for table second. Okay. Now this is the circuit diagram of whole instrument, and this is the student potentiometer, which is mentioned in the apparatus used section. Okay, this is the potentiometer. Okay, and this is the jockey. With the help of this jockey, we will find the length of the potentiometer wire. Okay, where the potentiometer wire at what value of length the potentiometer wire would be actually standardized at the room temperature. And this is the rheostat. With the help of this rheostat, we can control the value of current, and we can make the deflection zero in the galvanometer. This galvanometer is of super sensitive kind. Okay, this is a super sensitive kind of galvanometer, and that is written over there. This is written over there, super sensitive galvanometer. Okay, this is the cadmium cell, and you can see over here that the value of EMF of this cell at 20 degrees Celsius is 1.0186 volt. You can see over here that the EMF of this cell, this is the cadmium cell, and the EMF of the cadmium cell at 20 degrees Celsius is given as 1.0186 volt. Okay, and the temperature coefficient of resistance is given as 0.4 times 0 times 4 times 0, 4 per degree rise in temperature. Okay, so with the help of these two values and with the help of the value of potential gradient, we can standardize the potentiometer wire. And how the potentiometer wire would be standardized, that I am telling you. So before going into that that section, I would like to tell you, when you will work for the table 1, then this knob has two positions, x1 and x.01. Okay, so when you have to work for the table 1, meaning is to say that when you have to standardize your potentiometer wire, you will put this knob at x1 and you will put this knob at E1. So, okay, there are two positions. You can change them like that. Okay, so when you will work for table 1, you will put this knob at E1, and when you have to work for table 1, meaning is to say that when you have to standardize the potentiometer wire, you have to put this knob at X1. Okay. So this knob will be put at X1, this knob will be put at E1 to standardize the potentiometer wire. Now I'm coming on the calculations how the potentiometer wire can be standardized. Okay, so this is the way in which we can standardize the potentiometer wire. I have written down over here that standardization of potentiometer wire. Okay, the EMF of standard cadmium cell, I showed you just before 1 minute. The EMF of the standard cadmium cell is equal to 1.0186 volt at 20 degrees Celsius. Okay, so this is the voltage given at the 20 degrees Celsius, but here right now when we are recording this video, the room temperature is 28 degrees Celsius. Okay, so we have to take the difference of the temperature. Okay, and temperature coefficient of resistance alpha equals to minus 0.4 times 0.4 per degree Celsius rise in temperature. So we have to use these two values, and we have also used the value of the potential gradient. Whenever your knob will be put at x1, that I showed you just before 1 minute, whenever your knob will be put at x1, you will use the value of potential gradient as 10 raised to the power minus 3 volt per centimeter. Okay, now EMF of the cell at room temperature. What I told you, the room temperature at this time when I am recording this video is 28 degrees Celsius. Then E1 equals to 1.0186. With this, according to this formula, we can calculate the value of E1 at room temperature, and by using that value of E1 at room temperature, we can calculate the length of the potentiometer wire at which you can see the zero deflection in the super sensitive galvanometer. Okay, then E1 equals to 1.0186. This is the EMF at room temperature at 20 degrees Celsius. 1.0186 is the EMF at 20 degrees Celsius minus alpha means 0.00004 multiplied by temperature difference. then temperature difference के लिए 28 minus 20 आ जाएगा यहाँ पे, और आपका E1 equals to 1.0186 minus 0.4 times 04 into difference is 8 multiplied by this quantity will give you 0.00032. when you will subtract 0.00032 minus 1.0186 you will get the value of E1 as 1.01828 volt. Now I also write over here that knob x1, when you will put the knob at x1, potential gradient will be taken as k1 equals to 10 to the power minus 3 volt per centimeter, and this k1 used for first table. I also write over here, okay. And knob, when your knob will put it x 0.01, then the potential gradient will be taken as k2 equals to 10 to the power minus 5 volt per meter, and this k2 will be used for second table, okay. Now for first table, because since we are working for the first table, so we will use the value of k1 as 10 to the power minus 3 volt per centimeter, since k1 equals to E1 upon L1, then L1 equals to E1 upon k1. E1 आपने ये निकाल दिया, यहाँ पे ये वैल्यू निकाल दी टेम्परेचर डिफरेंस के साथ, और k1 की वैल्यू 10 to the power minus 3 वोल्ट पर सेंटीमीटर, ये दोनों वैल्यू यहाँ पुट करेंगे तो L1 की वैल्यू अल्टीमेटली आपके पास ये आ जाएगी. यू कैन चेक, यू कैन कैलकुलेट बाय योरसेल्फ, ओके. तो L1 इक्वल्स टू 1018.3 सेंटीमीटर. नाउ व्हाट वी हैव टू डू, वी हैव टू पुट आवर जॉकी एट दिस लेंथ 1018.3 centimeter, and then we have to make the zero deflection in the galvanometer. That I am going to show you, okay. When I am putting my jockey over here, okay, this is 15, you can see, okay. The next point will be 16, the next will be 17, the next will be 18, and this is your 18.3. So as you can see there, okay. So this is now why I am taking this 18.3 over here, that I am also telling you that this is this knob you can see over here, some of the numbers are written over here. Actually we have to set what length we have to set. What length? What is the value of L1? That was 1018.3 centimeter. Okay, so we have to set the value of L1 on for the potentiometer wire length. We have to set the value of L1 for the potentiometer wire length to standardize the potentiometer wire as 1018.3 centimeter. So from this knob you can set the value of 1000 centimeter. So these are numbers you can see over here that these are the numbers written over here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and up to 22. Okay, so this one number corresponding to 50 centimeter of the potentiometer wire. Okay, then 2 will be corresponding to 100, 3 will be corresponding to 150, and in this way when you will put this knob at 20, okay, you can see over here where my tip of the pen is put over here. Okay, this is the point, this is the pointer which indicates you that what number you put this knob. Okay, so now this knob is put over here corresponding to 20 multiplied by 50 means it becomes 1000 centimeter, and then with this jockey you will set the rest of the length. 1018.3 में आपने 1000 तो सेट कर दिया इस नॉब से, बचा कितना 18.3. उस 18.3 को आप यहाँ सेट कर लीजिए 16, 17, 18 और ये आपका हो गया 18.3. ठीक है, तो when my jockey is over here at 18.3 and plus 1000 centimeter from here this knob, okay, so this length the whole length becomes 1018.3, and you can see that corresponding to this length 1018.3 the deflection in the galvanometer is 0, and that was our motive. When the deflection in the galvanometer will be 0, then we can say that the potentiometer wire has been standardized at the room temperature. Okay, so this was done for the first table. Now what you have to note down in the first table, this is the table. The table will be given to you when the readings will be provided to you. Okay, so this is the table 1. Over here written, this is written over here the readings for the standardization of the potentiometer wire. Okay, so this is EMF of the standard cell E1 in volt at room temperature. So what value of E1 you have calculated at room temperature? This value. Okay, this value you have calculated at room temperature 1.01828 volt. Okay, so this will be written over here. Then length of the potentiometer wire corresponding to the EMF of the standard cell is EMF के corresponding. इस ईएमएफ के करेस्पॉन्डिंग जो है वो पोटेंशियोमीटर वायर की लेंथ कितनी आ रही है, कितनी आ रही है, देखो 1018.3 सेंटीमीटर। इसको हमें वहाँ सेट करना है, ठीक है, पोटेंशियोमीटर वायर पे। तो एक तो नॉब की हेल्प से 1000 सेंटीमीटर सेट कर दिया था, बाकी 18.3 जो बचा था वो जॉकी की हेल्प से हमने वायर पे सेट कर लिया था, उसके करेस्पॉन्डिंग जीरो डिफ्लेक्शन निकाला था हमने, ठीक है ना। तो ये देखिए यहाँ पे ये वैल्यू हम यहाँ पे नंबर ऑफ कॉइल्स में हम क्या लिख देंगे, यहाँ 20 लिख देंगे, ठीक है। और ये आपके लिख देंगे 1.01828, ये यहाँ आ जाएगा 20, यहाँ आ जाएगा 20 नंबर ऑफ कॉइल्स मीन्स 1000 सेंटीमीटर ऑफ द पोटेंशियोमीटर वायर। बाकी जो लेंथ बची हुई है 18.3 की, वो इस कॉलम में हम जॉकी से पॉइंट को सर्च करके और यहाँ लिख देंगे, जो कि 18.3 सेंटीमीटर आ जाएगा, ठीक है। तो इक्विवेलेंट लेंथ कितनी हो गई, टोटल लिख देंगे यहाँ पे 1018.3, मतलब इसकी तो 1000 हो गई, ये 18.3 प्लस कर देंगे, 1018.3 हो गई। पोटेंशियल ग्रेडियंट मैंने बताया था आपको 10⁻³ वोल्ट पर सेंटीमीटर यूज किया जाएगा, और इफेक्टिव पोटेंशियल ग्रेडियंट में 10⁻³ और इंटू 0.01 कर देंगे हम, तो ये आपका आ जाएगा इफेक्टिव पोटेंशियल ग्रेडियंट 10⁻⁵, ठीक है, वोल्ट पर सेंटीमीटर। तो इन दिस वे योर टेबल 1 विल बी कंप्लीटेड। नाउ वी हैव टू वर्क फॉर द टेबल 2. Okay students, now we are going to work for the table 2, that is the measurement of thermo EMF generated. Okay, you can see over here that this is the PID controller, okay, and I have set the temperature as 150. Okay, so this can fluctuate after decimal point, some numbers can fluctuate, don't worry for them. And this this one is not showing fully, not showing completely, okay, so there is some problem in display over here. Only the half part of one is being shown over here, don't worry for that. This is one where my tip of the pen is over here, okay, this is one. So I have set the temperature as 150 over here. I have set the temperature as 150 over here, and you can see that this knob is at the set, is at the set side, okay. I have set this knob towards the set side, where set is written over here, and when I will put this knob at the measure side, where the measure is written, you can see over here that the temperature will start increasing and the temperature will approach the target value. What was the target value? The target value was 150 degrees Celsius. Then the temperature will approach the target value, and you people have to wait. If you will perform this experiment in offline by physically appearing, then you have to wait for at least 2 to 3 minutes, so that the target value can be approached with the increase in temperature. And when the target value will be approached, it would not be exactly as 150 degrees Celsius. It may be 149 point something, or it may be 151 point something degrees Celsius, okay. So don't worry for that. When this PID controller will reach the target value would not be exactly 150 degrees Celsius. It may be 149 point something, or it may be 151 point something. That you have to write down in this corresponding column, okay. So here these are the set values, you can see over here 150, 140, and you have to take 10 readings. So up to the serial number 10, whatever temperature will be reached, that temperature you have to write down over here, 150, 140, then 130, 120, 110, 100, 90, 80, and then 70, and then 60. So corresponding to serial number 10, the temperature will come as 60 degrees Celsius. These are the set values of temperature, and these are the actual values of temperature when your PID controller will increase the temperature, okay. So you have to work, you have to use the actual values of temperature in your calculations, not the set values of temperature in your calculations, okay. So for example, the corresponding to 150 degree set value of temperature, your actual temperature is coming as 149 point something. For example, I am telling you, for example, now, and up to what time you have to wait? Up to what time you have to wait? When this temperature will be stabilized over here, when it will stop fluctuating, okay. Then at that very moment you have to note down the reading in your corresponding column of the table 2, okay. Now you can see over here that this temperature has been stabilized, and that is 148.4 degrees Celsius. So you have to write down over here. Here before the 150 degrees Celsius, that your temperature is 148.4 5 degrees Celsius. Okay, now you have to use these actual values of temperature for your calculations, and the temperature of cold junction will be same for each and every reading, that will be taken as 28 degrees Celsius. At this time, maybe when the readings will be provided to you all, the cold junction temperature may be different, because maybe the temperature may change at that time when the reading will be provided to you. So okay, at this time when I am recording this video, the room temperature is 28 degrees Celsius. That will be same for all the readings. Corresponding to each set value of temperature, you have to note down the actual value of temperature, and then you have to find the difference in temperature between the two junctions by using the actual value of temperature and by using the value of using the cold junction value of temperature. Okay, so when you subtract 28 degrees Celsius from 148.5, you will have some value over here, and then what you have to do, again you have to set the null deflection in the galvanometer. How you can set the null deflection in the galvanometer? As I told you that for table number 2, you have to use two knobs. Okay, when you will work for table number 2, you have to put the knob at x equal to 0.01, and also you have to put the knob from E1 to E2. Okay, you can see over here that this was for the table 1. Now I will put this knob at E2, and this was for the table 1. Okay, the knob was put at x1. This is for the table 1. I will put this knob at x equal to x.01. Okay, now I will start the work over here. That I will put the jockey first time over here, and we will see the deflection in the galvanometer. When the jockey will be put over here at the left side, okay, you can see that the deflection in the galvanometer is in the right of the zero. And when I will put the jockey over here, okay, at the right side of the meter scale attached with the potentiometer, you can see over there that in the galvanometer the deflection is in the same direction, that is at the right of the zero. So we have to find the situation by changing the numbers with this knob. Okay, so that your deflection will be when you put the jockey over here, your deflection will be in the right side, and when you will put the jockey over here at this side, your deflection will be in the left side. Okay, you have to find such position with the help of this knob. So okay, I am decreasing the number of coils from here, and it will be put at 7 over here. Now I will put it here. You can see that the deflection is okay, so I have put my jockey over here, and you can see that the deflection in the galvanometer is in the right of the zero. And now when I will put over here at this point jockey, you can see the deflection also is in the right direction. So I have to decrease one more coil number, and now I put the coil number as 6. Okay, now I will again put over here. The deflection is in right direction, and then I will put over here, the deflection is in right direction. Okay, again I will decrease one more number. Now your pointer is pointing towards the number 5 on the knob. Now I will put again this jockey over here at the left side, and the deflection is in the galvanometer is in the right direction of 0. And when I will put over here, again the deflection is in the right direction of the 0. So ultimately if I will galvanometer, so in this galvanometer you have to find the value of that number of coil. You have to find that value of number of coil from this knob. When you will put your jockey over here, the deflection will be in the right side of the 0, and when you will put your jockey over here, the deflection should be in the left side of the 0 in the galvanometer. At that point you will have to stop decreasing the number in this knob. Okay, and then you have to find the length of the potentiometer wire by putting the jockey over here, and you will get the value of null deflection in the galvanometer. When it corresponding to whatever length of the potentiometer wire, you will get the null deflection in the galvanometer. That value will correspond to you the effective length of the potentiometer wire, and it will be noted down over here in this table. Okay, so how you will note, this is the value of actual temperature corresponding to each value of set temperature, okay, up starting from 1 to 10, and then this is the value of cold junction temperature, and that will be remain same throughout the table, that is 28 degrees Celsius at this time. Okay, now you have to calculate the difference in temperature between the two junctions. You have to subtract the value of cold junction temperature from the actual value of hot junction temperature. I mean to say that you have to subtract 28 degrees Celsius from 148.5, then you have to subtract 28 degrees Celsius from the next actual value, then you have to subtract the 28 degrees Celsius from the next actual value, whatever is coming and whatever is being displayed over here in this PID controller. Okay, then number of coils. So I told you that you have to check the deflection of you have to check the deflection in the galvanometer in both sides of zero. When the deflection will come at both sides of the zero in the galvanometer, at that very moment you will have to stop decreasing the number of coils. Okay, and then you have to set the jockey at the potentiometer wire, and you have to find the ultimate length, and then you will aid. For example, here the number 5 is coming. 5, for example, here the number 5 is coming. 5 means 5 into 50, it becomes 250, and then your length is coming over here 16. Okay, and 250 plus 16, it becomes 266 centimeter. Okay, in this way, so all these readings will be provided to you. This column you have to calculate. Okay, and then this column you have to calculate. Okay, this column difference of the difference of the temperature you have to calculate, and then the equivalent length L2 also you have to calculate, and then ET in the last column you have to calculate by yourself. That can be calculated by ET equals to L2 into K prime. L2 you can use from this column, and K prime is equal to 10 raised power minus 5 volt per centimeter. Okay, so when you will multiply 10 raised power minus 5 into L2 means 266 for the first reading. Okay, then you will get the value of thermo EMF generated over here in this column corresponding to each and every set value of temperature, and in this way your experiment would be completed. Okay students, this is all done about the experiment number 12, that is about the plotting of the thermo EMF generated versus temperature. The temperature difference will be taken along the x-axis, and the thermo EMF generated, which will be calculated in the last column of the table number B. Okay, that will be plotted, that will be taken along the y-axis, and you can plot the graph by supposing the suitable scale. Okay, by supposing the suitable scale, and you will suppose the suitable scale at y-axis that itne degree Celsius equals to itne division on y-axis, and itne itne volt equals to itne division on y-axis, and itne degree Celsius equals to itne division on the y-axis, on the x-axis. For example, 2 volt equals to 1 centimeter, like that, and 2 degrees Celsius equals to 1 centimeter on y-axis. 2 volt इक्वल्स टू 1 सेंटीमीटर ऑन वाई एक्सिस, 2 डिग्री सेल्सियस इक्वल्स टू 1 सेंटीमीटर ऑन एक्स एक्सिस. इस तरह से कुछ आप स्केल सपोज करेंगे अपना. ये मैं एग्जाम्पल के तौर पे बता रहा हूँ, आपका जैसे ग्राफ में सेट हो वैसा आप करिएगा, ठीक है ना. तो सुटेबल स्केल सपोज करने के बाद में आप जब जो है थर्मो इमेज जनरेटेड और वर्सेस टेम्परेचर के बीच में ग्राफ प्लॉट करोगे तो यू विल गेट ए स्ट्रेट लाइन पासिंग फ्रॉम ओरिजिन लाइक दैट. ओके, अगर कुछ पॉइंट बहुत ज़्यादा इधर उधर आ रहे हैं तो उनको छोड़ दीजिएगा. पैटर्न का ध्यान रखिएगा कि ये आपकी स्ट्रेट लाइन आनी चाहिए जो कि ओरिजिन से पास होगी. ओके, और आपका कुछ अगर पॉइंट इधर उधर आ रहे हैं तो उनको छोड़ दीजिएगा. सिर्फ उन्हीं पॉइंट को मिलाइएगा जिनको मिलाने से एक स्ट्रेट लाइन बन रही हो और वो ओरिजिन से पास हो रही हो. ओके, तो दिस इज ऑल डन फॉर द डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन ऑफ दिस वीडियो, फॉर द डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन ऑफ this experiment, that is experiment number 12 in your experiment list. You have to plot the thermo image generated versus temperature. Thank you so very much for watching this video.